So the volatility is really heating up for Bitcoin. And what do we have here? We have the highest weekly candle close in Bitcoin's history. And we're seeing volatility continue to expand. Momentum is still to the cross to the upside. So what does that imply? I would say it implies continuation. And our next target here for Bitcoin is going to be that 1618 fib coming in. Calling it at 119,000. And where would I get confirmation on this? Well, simply put, a daily candle close above 110. And I think we'll get a quick move up to the 119 area. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is magic internet money. So anything can come and anything can happen. As you can see, if you're trading the shorter term time frames, a lot of volatility here over the past couple of days. Sunday, look at these $4,000 candle moves. And this is just absolutely crazy price action. Really tough to stay long right now as we're kind of just coming into major resistance here. What would I like to point out? The bearish case right now. Well, Michael Burry just took a big short again. It says he sold everything except for one recession-proof stock. The other bearish news was this. Moody's downgraded not only the United States credit rating from AAA to AA1, whatever that is. They also downgraded JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. So the bears are out there, shaking the trees, saying, look at all this bad data coming out. And Coinbase also got hacked or ransomed, whatever you want to call it. Wasn't exactly the best look for crypto. I would say this, we're probably going to chop around here and get some more volatility. But if we're going to get another leg higher, I think it probably looks like a bit of a liquidity grab to the upside, to the downside. And I would say as long as, daily momentum is crossing up in the critical zone. Now, when we see the daily momentum flip down and lose the critical zone and come back down, which we will cross down today below 105.13. We're currently at 105.456. Are we going to get a short squeeze here? I bet you there's a lot of stop losses hanging out right here at 107.249. I would say, being above 106 would have me a lot more comfortable right now, but I have to give this as, this is one of the hardest times to trade this market. Extreme volatility right now. But we are just, making higher lows, and higher highs. So what's the name of the game? Trend continuation. And if we're looking for a bit of a shorter term target, 108.509, that is our 1618 fib extension on the 4-hour time frame. With that said, I also want to give a point to the bulls here. So we went over the bearish case. The bearish case is that, look, all this bearish news, the stock market's going to turn around and give back the gains. And it hasn't. And frankly, this is a pretty bullish close here, bullish engulfing candle to open up the week. As long as we are, NASDAQ's above 21.1, it looks good for continuation and probably some new all-time highs. That's bullish case number one. Stocks are doing good. Bullish case number two is tether dominance. Tether dominance has a measure move for a leg down here, a bit lower. So when tether dominance is going down, that means money is flowing out of tether and into our beloved cryptos. Bitcoin dominance putting in another higher low. So not the best look there, but, could we expect a bit of a rejection here? I think this one, you'd have to say trend continuation. So Bitcoin dominance going up, again, implies Bitcoin could take a leg up here. And you can see Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum at the moment. So the ETH Bitcoin chart, ETH outperforming Bitcoin. It happened for a couple of days. It has now switched hands again. And then our majors like XRP and Solana and Cardano are all kind of doing the same thing that Bitcoin is doing, and that is just chopping up grinding upwards, upwards and onwards, but, definitely putting in some signs that, like Solana here getting kicked out of the bullish control zone, putting in a bit of a hammer. Is this bullish or bearish? Some bears were trapped down here. I think we could, back above the white 200 simple. That would be good for a lot of these altcoins in general. Yeah, above the white 200 simple, and I'm ready to get bullish again. See ETH, XRP, Solana, and Cardano, they're all below the white 200 simple, while Bitcoin is well above its white 200 simple moving average. So Bitcoin has the reins here, and what kind of is this a hangman? I don't think it's the end of the bull cycle at all by any means. Definitely a correction, back to 96 or even 91,000 is possible, but we really just don't want to see any closures back below the white 200 on the daily time frame. And the weekly is again in an upwards posture. We are coming into the end of the month, and the monthly looks bullish. So make sure you like and subscribe and check back in with us for some more updates this week. I hope you have a blessed and highly favored rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.